If you're anything like me, you struggle to read. You know you want to read, but every time you try, you may only pick up the book for one chapter before you set it back on your desk to let it collect dust. Now, maybe you think to yourself, maybe I'm just not a reader, or I like to learn by doing. But you know deep down you're missing out on something. So, how can people like you and me learn to read when we hate reading? Well, in today's video, we'll be going over 8 different tips and tricks that will not only help you read more, but enjoy yourself while doing it. Tip number 1, read what you love until you love to read. This quote by podcaster Naval struck me, as it's so true. When you're just starting to read, find a topic that you would love to read about. This could be an interesting fiction book or a good biography. Whatever you like to do that first. Tip number 2, start small, really small. Many people like to look at a book and try to read the whole book in one week. But if you struggle to pick up books, chances are you need to take a step back and realize that won't work. If you truly want to finish the book, set small goals, like 1 paragraph a day. And if you finish that paragraph and you feel like reading more, go for it. The point is for you to set smaller goals. The smaller the goal, the more likely you are to achieve them. Then, after you've achieved those small goals, you can scale things up and take things from there and maybe go to a page a day, then do a chapter, and so on and so forth. Tip number 3, out of sight, out of mind. If you keep your books in a place where they'll never see the light of day, chances are you'll forget they exist in the first place. It's best to keep your book in a place where you are most of the time. For some, that's our bed, others, the living room. Wherever that place may be, keep your book in that area and you're guaranteed to start reading more. It's a simple concept, but very effective. Tip number 4, read before bed. Reading before bed is not only one of the best ways to get into reading, but also a great habit to have for your sleep schedule. Reading before bed allows you to not only get the last little bit of the story in, but also puts you to sleep much faster. Tip number 5, try audiobooks while reading. If you're the type who can listen to a story but never gets a book out and reads one, it might be worth listening to the audiobook while you are reading the book. I find this allows you to get more immersed in the book and is definitely worth giving a shot. Tip number 6, habit bunching. This is an easy way to implement reading into your day. Say you like to have a cup of tea in the afternoon. That'd be a great time to pull out a book and bunch that habit together. Or maybe you go to the gym. You could listen to an audiobook while you are training. All in all, it's a great way to get into the habit of reading. Tip number 7, read with a friend or loved one who enjoys reading as well. If you have somebody you already know who likes to read, then I'm sure they'd be thrilled to get to read with you and also help you along your way. Tip number 8, don't hold limiting beliefs. If you hold the belief that you're not a reader or that you hate reading, you're holding yourself up at the start. It is important that you redefine your identity with reading before you even start, because it will allow you to ease off of it and maybe, hey, you'll end up liking it. Along with that, it makes the last tips way easier to follow. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed the video. That was the tips that helped me, and hopefully that'll help you guys too. Be sure to let me know in the comments, drop a like, leave a sub, and peace.